Hi guys, welcome to an Antiguan International Teacher in USC. So today I decided to start my channel with a story time kind of thing. Why I decided to leave my years of service in Antigua to teach in the United States? Well, there are many factors. So I'm just going to take the time to go through various reasons, the little story behind me working in the United States. So, first start with in 2014 when I did my bachelor's in education. In fact, I at the end of it, I was offered a teaching job in North Carolina. At that time, I could not take the job because anybody who knows the bonding process when you get a scholarship from Board of Education, you know that you have to work back for your country for 3 years. So I had that bond and I really didn't want to mess it up because they did come through for me while I was studying. And on top of that, I decided that they ask you, what are you going to do after you finish studying? And I remember writing a whole page about what was the plan. So my plan was to come back to my country and whatever I would have learned from university, I wanted to give back. So with that, I could not take the job in North Carolina to teach facts in high school. But it was always in the back of my head to do this. It was something that I had. You know, people have this bucket list. It was something that I had on my bucket list to teach or to experience that diverse. I wanted to experience that diverse environment where I can teach different types of students. And I thought to myself that to do that, it has to be done in the United States. So that was one reason that I ended up teaching in the United States because I had it in the back of my mind to do. By the time the bond was up, I was already married with a new child, and I just wanted to stay put. I was enjoying teaching economics. I was enjoying teaching, and I just wanted to continue giving back. So, with that said, I did just that. Over time, I observed my work environment after college. I was sent to a new school. So I got there, I observed my environment, I listened a lot. And even because of that, I think persons gravitated to me. That I listened. I heard the stories, the things that were happening, the poor management, the belittling, demotivation, etc. So I did that, and over time, it became a nightmare. So day after day, you would have to force yourself to get up to go to that workplace where there is poor management. There wasn't any motivation anymore. So I would do my job and I just go home day after day. And, you know, at the end of every term, I think, or school year or something like that, I don't even remember, we are given this feedback. Our heads of departments would give us an evaluation that has been ongoing. And, you know, at one point I thought to myself, like, I'm doing my best. I am seeking or looking for that feedback that will help me to constantly grow in the teaching profession, because there are new things, new ideas all the time, but there wasn't that feedback that would just say, yeah, you need to grow, you need to improve on this, or you need to improve on that. And it was just at one point just depressing. And to see that you would have gone to university, you're not perfect, and you're waiting for somebody who is like your superior to give you that feedback. And it wasn't there. So there was like a constant demotivation. And one teacher at the time came to me about a master's degree program that was funded by OAS, Organization of American States, and we both decided to apply. So I ended up using that, going back to school to do my master's as a motivation that like it would help me to grow. However, it wasn't in education, but it was in public health nutrition, which if you economics, you would know that it has this, there are things in that that will help you like with food and nutrition aspects of home economics. So I used that as a distraction. I ended up going to work in the Ministry of Health to do my externship, and I must tell you that I had such a great experience. I met some really lovely people and who motivate you to always like to want to grow more in your career. And I must say it was the best externship anybody could ask for. I think it was 6 weeks, and it was the best 6 weeks ever. So I met those people, and at one point there was just a thought of switching ministries to go to the Ministry of Health because these people were somewhat motivators. And then COVID happened and everything just went a different way. And I had an idea that I do love teaching. Like, I really do love teaching. And I had an idea that I could probably stay in teaching. However, I had a proposal, an idea that I wanted to share with someone. So I was directed to speak to her. I did get her contact information. I asked someone to speak to her, and she said I should email her. This happened almost 5 years ago, and to this day, I never got a response from her. It's very sad that I had that really good idea because where I was working, we had a particular student who was very obese. She was diabetic and she had obesity. She was obese. And I tried helping her, and I noticed that with that help, she started losing weight and she started taking care of herself. And I thought that, what if I could do that with my public health nutrition and have that help for students in the government schools or in schools, secondary schools, high school, primary school, whatever school. What if I could just do that to help students while I teach? So it was an idea that I had, and I really had a drive and a passion for it. So I think I followed up once, but there was still nothing. All right, so researching teaching in the United States, where they go through this process of evaluation every school year, and it is like rigorous, and they help you to grow in your profession and not so much as to demotivate or pull you down or belittle or anything. So I thought that this is something that I wanted for myself, and I started doing some research and started applying. Oh, there was no luck. I wanted summer jobs, camp jobs, whatever jobs, just to experience. Teaching in the United States, I thought